Брихат Мриданга, издание распространения Шубрупари Киджа, Нитай Гора Премананде, Самавита Бхактавринда Киджа, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, Jai Shri Shri Guru Granga, Jai Shri Shri Guru Granga, Jai Shri Shri Guru Granga.
Kunja Bihare Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Jana Vallabha Irivaradane Gopi Jana Vallabha Irivaradane Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yamunadhira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yamunadhira Vanachari Yamunadhira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Radha Madhava Kunja Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radha Nitai Gaur Haribo 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Shachi Shimatri Dandi Goswami Abhay Chanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Shachi Shimatri Dandi Goswami Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Prem Se Kaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dhama Ki Shri Mayapurna Dim Dhama Ki Shri Jagannath Puri Kshetra Ki Tulasi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Gangamaya Munamaya Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Brihad Mridanga Book Distribution Ki All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled, all glories to the assembled. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Jai Shri Ram. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 3, text 20, Lord's pastimes out of Vrindavan. Snigdha smitavalokena Snigdha smitavalokena Vacha piyusha kalpaya Vacha piyusha kalpaya Charitrena navadyena Charitrena navadyena Sriniketena Chatmana Sriniketena Chatmana Snigdasmita Valokena Vachapiyusha Kalpaya Charitrina Navadyena Sriniketena Chatmana. Chapiyusha kalpa Charitena navajena Sriniketena chatmana Snidasmitavalokena Vachapiyusha kalpaya Charitena navajena Sriniketena chatmana Nasmitalokena Piyusha kalpaya Charitena navajena Yetena chatmana. Mataji Nasmitalokena Dasmitavalokena Chapiyusha kalpaya Charitena navajena Snigdha, gentle, smita avalokena, by a glance with a sweet smile, vacha, by words, piyusha kalpaya, compared to a nectar, charitena, by character, anavadhyena, without flaw. Sri, fortune, niketena, residence, cha, and atmana, by his transcendental body. He was there in his transcendental body as a residence of the goddess of fortune, with his usual gentle and sweetly smiling face, his nectarian words and his flawless character. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the previous verse it is described that Lord Krishna, being situated in the truths of Sankhya philosophy, is detached from all kinds of matter. In the present verse, it is described that he is a residence of the goddess of fortune. These two things are not at all contradictory. Lord Krishna is detached from the variegatedness of the inferior nature, but he is in eternal blissful enjoyment of the spiritual nature, or his internal potency. One who has a poor fund of knowledge cannot understand this distinction between the external and internal potencies. In Bhagavad Gita, the internal potency is described as the para-prakriti. In the Vishnu Purana, also, the internal potency of Vishnu is described as para-shakti. The Lord is never detached from the association of Parashakti. This Parashakti and her manifestation are described in the Brahma Samhita, 5 chapter, verse 37, as Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabi. The Lord is eternally joyful and cognizant of in the taste derived from the such transcendental bliss. Negation of the variegatedness of the inferior energy does not necessitate negation of the positive transcendental bliss in the spiritual world. Therefore, the Lord's gentleness, His smile, His character, and everything related to Him are all transcendental. Such manifestation of the internal potency are the reality, of which the material shadow is only a temporary presentation, from which everyone with proper knowledge must be detached. Snigdhasmi tavalokena vachapi yushakalpaya charitrena navadyena shinniketana chatmanam. He was there in his transcendental body, the residence of the goddess of fortune, with his usual gentle and sweetly smiling face, his nectarian words, and his flawless character. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatyale Stane Om Agyana Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksurun Miritam Yana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sham Shri Rupam Sagrajitam Sahagna Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Shakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindha Dinabandha Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Pachitanam Bhanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for today's morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are indeed very greatly honored and fortunate to be having with us the Holy Association of His Holiness Bhakti Ratnakar Ambrish Maharaj. Hari Bol. So Maharaj came in touch with the ISKCON movement in the year 1989. In the year 1990, he joined full-time at the Moscow temple. And there was at the time when Maharaj met his spiritual master, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. In the year 1992, Maharaj got initiated in Gaur Purnima in Mayapur. And then 1994, he got second initiated. Under the guidance of Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, Maharaj spent 25 years in book distribution. Can you imagine doing book distribution, not in India, but in Russia? And temperatures are very low there, right? Temperatures are low and everything is low there, and you have to be high in Krishna consciousness. 25 years dedicated in Krishna consciousness for book distribution, also did many services. Recognizing his wonderful efforts, dedication, in the year 2016 he was awarded sannyas by Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Currently Maharaj is also serving the role of Diksha Guru in ISKCON. It's a great fortune that Maharaj has come. We all know that this year by the inspiration of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, we dedicated our book distribution marathon to Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Yesterday evening at 3 p.m., around that time, we concluded our marathon by submitting our score, and 4 p.m., Bhakti Ambrish Maharaj was here. So we consider it as Gopal Krishna Maharaj's special blessings to our temple that he sent his very, very close associate. Maharaj also has the beautiful deities of Gaur Nitai, which Gopal Krishna Maharaj worshipped throughout his life. Those deities, Maharaj gave it to him. He is worshipping that in Moscow temple now. So it's such a rare and great fortune. Maharaj came yesterday to visit our temple, and today again morning he came to give Bhagavatam class. So thank you, Maharaj, for accepting our invitation and gracing our temple and all the devotees here. So let us very enthusiastically welcome Maharaj to our temple by 3 times loudly chanting, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Yes, it's a great fortune to hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. Nashta Prayashva Badrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Yuttama Shlake Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. It is said that if anyone is so fortunate to hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day and to serve the person Bhagavat, very easily he'll be relieved from everything that disturbs his heart, and everything will be eliminated, and the pure devotional service will be established in his heart. Tadarajastamo bhavakama lobhadesya chateterapayadam sthitam sattva prasidati. All the consequences of modes of ignorance and passion will be eliminated from his heart. Lust, anger, and everything else will be eliminated, and he'll be established in the mode of goodness, and his mind will become Evam prasanna manaso bhagavat bhakti yogata bhagavat tattva vigyana mukta sangasya jayate. He will achieve Bhagavat Tattva, he will achieve the knowledge about Supreme Personality of Godhead, scientific knowledge, Srila Prabhupada is saying in his translation. And Hridaya Granthi, yes, next verse is saying that this Hridaya Granthi, he will be relieved from this burden in his heart, and he will achieve the understanding of the Lord. That is the result of proper hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam. If you will hear Srimad Bhagavatam in a humble mood, very attentively, with a desire to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we will achieve same result as described in Srimad Bhagavatam. And here we are reading the revelation of Uddhava. He has got very special darshan of the Lord before his departure from this world. It is described in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And here he is describing his realization. After Lord's departure, he went to meet Vidura, and he revealed his ecstatic emotions that he felt after receiving all the instructions from the Lord Krishna, which are described in the 11th canto. So here he is describing the sweet smile of the Lord. It is said here that Lord always has this supremely attractive smile on his face, which is charming the devotees. Devotees are always eager to drink this nectar of the lotus face of the Lord. And 10th canto is compared to the sweet smile of the Lord. And person who realized the knowledge from the first 9 cantos, he gets the access for the 10th canto, his heart becomes purified after attentive hearing of first 9 canto, and then he can hear these pastimes, wonderful pastimes of the Lord. But here in the 3rd canto, Uddhava is given the synopsis, yes, short synopsis of all the pastimes of the Lord, because it's a goal of a devotee to enter this eternal pastimes. They are described beginning from the 1st canto. There is some descriptions. There is description in the 2nd canto. All main avatars of the Lord are described, and shortly their pastimes. And in 3rd canto, Uddhava is describing the Lord pastimes in Vrindavan, and this 3rd chapter is describing Lord pastime outside Vrindavan. They are all relishable, and devotees, they like to hear these pastimes again and again. Srila Prabhupada especially liked to hear Krishna book every evening. He was sitting in his garden in Los Angeles. Devotees made a special garden for Srila Prabhupada, like here you have special Vrindavan garden. In Los Angeles they also have this special Vrindavan garden that was made for Srila Prabhupada. And every evening Srila Prabhupada was sitting in that garden and he was hearing Krishna book. And Shrutakirti Prabhu is describing that when he came first time with Kirtananda Maharaj to visit Srila Prabhupada in Los Angeles, he joined in New Vrindavan and he was serving Kirtananda Maharaj. And Kirtananda Maharaj was supposed to bring some report to Srila Prabhupada, and he took him, newly joined Bhakta, with him. And Srila Prabhupada was sitting in the garden, and Kirtananda Maharaj came there together with Shrutakirti Prabhu. They paid obeisances, and Srila Prabhupada looked at Shrutakirti Prabhu and he said, "Can you read Krishna book?" That was his first service for Srila Prabhupada, to read out Krishna book. And it happened so that it was a story where Krishna is killing one demon. And Srila Prabhupada was in great anxiety when he was reading this pastime, how Krishna was fighting with this demon. Srila Prabhupada was in great anxiety. He was living these pastimes. It was not a story for him, it was his real life. He was living there in this pastime. So he was in great anxiety when Shrutakirti Prabhu was reading. And when Krishna finally killed this demon, Srila Prabhupada became so ecstatic. He started to laugh like anything, like, very loudly. And he was doing like this. He was so ecstatic when Krishna finally killed this demon. So for Srila Prabhupada, these stories, they are his life. For us, it's like we are hearing, it's like a window to a spiritual world. Srila Prabhupada was saying, it's like a window. We are looking from our position, we are looking into these pastimes, but for Srila Prabhupada, it was his life. And if we will continue to hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day, after some time we can become attracted by these descriptions, and we will go through this window of Srimad Bhagavatam to join these pastimes at some point, if we will be lucky by having purified, and we will attain this attachment, so we will join these pastimes, we will go through this window. And Srimad Bhagavatam also will become our life. It will not become a story. It will be our life. So it's a great fortune that we have this opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam again and again. In this way, we are following the footsteps of great acharyas. They were hearing Srimad Bhagavatam again and again, and we can follow in their footsteps. Srila Prabhupada gave us this great fortune by establishing this Srimad Bhagavatam class in each and every temple of ISKCON. We have this wonderful opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, holy name, devotee association, yes, it's a great treasures of a devotee to have the sadhu sangha, devotee association, to hear Srimad Bhagavatam in this sangha and to chant the holy name in this sangha. In the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 14, which is called Ideal Family Life, it is said that if anyone performs devotional service in the place where devotees are there, it magnifies many times the effect of this devotional service. So it's important, if you want to make a fast progress, it's important to do our devotional service in sadhu sangha, in the society of devotees. Then we will make very fast progress. Then in the same chapter it is said that if a devotional service is performed in sadhu sangha and also in the place where the deities are established and are served with love and devotion, the devotional service is magnified how many times? The 7th canto, chapter 14, verse 32, 33, there's few verses are there. Particular number is there that devotional service is magnified how many times? 1,000 times. 1,000. So it's a great fortune if someone is performing his devotional service in the devotee association, in the place where the deities are established and worshipped with love and with great love and devotion. So just by chanting one round in this place, one is getting same results as chanting 1,000 rounds in some other place. To chant 1,000 rounds, it takes 60 days, yes? Usually, if you are chanting 16 rounds, it will take 60 days, and same result you will achieve in 10 minutes here in the temple. Same result. So it's a great fortune that we have this opportunity to do our service. And the lotus feet of Radha Gopinath and the association of wonderful devotees. So we have to use this opportunity as much as possible. Chant here. And it's also very important to chant attentively. It's not our goal to chant attentively, but it's a means. It's a means to chant attentively. Our goal is to chant with love and devotion. But in order to achieve this, we have at least to chant attentively, to give full attention for chanting and hearing. And also we have to avoid offenses. It's very important. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Bahu Janma Karayadi Shravana Kirtana. Yes, it may take millions of lives if we are committing offenses. We can continue chanting for millions of lives, but we will not achieve desired goal, love of Godhead. So, it's very important to pay full attention and to chant without offenses. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 8, Adi Lila, chapter 8, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving us the best advice how to chant without offenses. Half of this chapter is dedicated to this topic, how to chant the holy name without offenses. What is the main advice given by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in chapter 8 of Adi Lila? Who remembers what is the main advice given by Chaitanya Charitamrita? The main advice is to take shelter of the most merciful Shishi Gornitai, because they are not taking any offenses. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying in the verse 31, chapter 8, verse 31, he is saying that if one took shelter of Shishi Gornitai and chanting the holy names of the Lord, very easily he will achieve ecstatic chanting. Not only his heart will become purified, he will very easily attain ecstatic chanting of the holy name, ecstatic love of Godhead. So his main advice is to take shelter of the most merciful Shishi Gornitai. And he is saying that without their mercy, no one can chant pure holy name. So it's not possible. So we have this wonderful opportunity by the grace of our acharyas to worship Gornitai, most merciful Lord, who does not take any offenses. So by his mercy we can easily chant the holy name without offenses. And when one is chanting the holy name without offenses, his spiritual progress will be like fast train, very quick. If you are committing offenses, spiritual progress is very slow. So initiation means we are getting the blessings to chant the holy name without offenses. Otherwise, there is no need of initiation. For chanting Nama Aparat, one does not need any diksha. Anyone can chant Nama Aparat without diksha. But receiving initiation means we are taking vows that we will make all necessary efforts to chant without offenses. So, by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual masters, we have an opportunity to achieve the stage of pure chanting of the holy name, and then our spiritual progress will be very fast. So, sadhu sangha is the most important factor of our spiritual progress, but in this sadhu sangha we have to use this opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam and to hear and chant the holy name of the Lord. So these are most important aspects of sadhu sangha. And also we have to distribute this mercy to everyone. Yarideka tarikaha Krishna Upadesh Amaragya Guru Anatare Desh. So this is the order of Lord Chaitanya to go everywhere and to share this mercy with everyone. That's why we have this marathon. Yes. We are going out to share this great treasure of Srimad Bhagavatam with everyone. In the Hari Bhakti Vilasa, Sanatana Goswami has collected glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam. There is a whole chapter dedicated to the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam in Hari Bhakti Vilasa. And there are so many verses in this chapter. It is said that if anyone has Srimad Bhagavatam in his home, Lord Hari is personally present in his house, and all the demigods, they are coming to visit this house in order to pay their respect to Srimad Bhagavatam. So this house becomes place of pilgrimage for the demigods, if anyone has Srimad Bhagavatam. In the next verse it is said that if anyone has Srimad Bhagavatam in his house, all holy places, all holy rivers, all holy lakes are present in this house. One does not have to go anywhere else. Everything is there if the Srimad Bhagavatam is present in this house. So many verses are there in Hari Bhakti Vilasa glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's a wonderful opportunity to serve Srimad Bhagavatam by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, by distributing Srimad Bhagavatam, sharing this wonderful treasure with everyone. So this year, Radha Gopinath temple became #1 in the world. It's a great service. Great service. There is no doubt that Srila Prabhupada is so much satisfied with all of you who participated in this great effort. Everyone is a part of this effort because we are interdependent, like Pujari. If he is serving with great love to Radha Gopinath and Radha Gopinath are satisfied, they will give blessings to everyone who came for the darshan, yes? Because they are satisfied. They are giving out these blessings. But if Pujari is in bad mood and he's thinking, let's finish it quickly, so will be Radha Gopinath satisfied? No, they will not be satisfied, and no one will get the blessings. So we are very much dependent on the Pujaris. If Pujari is serving nicely, everyone will get blessings. And cook also, if he is cooking with great love for the satisfaction of Radha Gopinath, they will accept this offering, and anyone who will take this prasadam, he will get so much mercy. And opposite, if cook is thinking, let's finish it very quickly, so Radha Gopinath will not accept this, and no one will get the mercy. So we are very much interdependent. We are dependent on the mercy of pujaris, how they are serving. We are dependent on cooks, how they are cooking. So we have to be very serious in our services, and it will be very easy to preach if we are getting the mercy by just coming on the darshan, yes, if you are getting the mercy by taking wonderful prasadam that was cooked with love and devotion. So it will be easy to preach because we will have so much mercy. So it's very important how we are doing our services. It influences very much our preaching effort. So everyone is a part of this preaching effort, if he wants so, yes, if he understands that I am the part, I am doing my part, the preachers are doing their part, so we are one team, then everyone will make very fast spiritual progress when we are understanding this interdependence. So it's a great opportunity to be the part of this Hare Krishna movement and to spread this movement. So we have to be very thankful to Srila Prabhupada, to our acharyas for this wonderful opportunity. And we have to make an effort to repay our debt before them. We have to do some preaching. It's not so difficult to do preaching, at least. We can give out books if we cannot do direct preaching by our words, at least we can give the people books. Everyone can carry in his bag at least one book, and on the way home or on the way to job, one can show book to somebody. There are always sincere souls. Some devotees, they don't have an opportunity to go out for many hours, but they are carrying books in their bags and they are showing them to somebody. And every day they are distributing few books. So it's not so difficult to take part in this effort. But our life will be different when we are in this mood to share the mercy. Our life will be completely different. So, at least we can try to do this, and we will see how it will change our life. I started to distribute books in 1990. It was very ecstatic because Soviet Union was at the end. It became open and everyone was allowed to read religious books. Before that, for 70 years, no one was allowed to read spiritual books. It was punishable. You will go to jail if you are having Bible or some spiritual book and you are reading it, you will go to jail. Before, for 70 years, it was like that. But in 1988, it started to open and everyone was allowed to read books. So Harikesh Maharaj immediately printed 200,000 books in Russian language. And it was first marathon in 1989, first marathon in Russia. Devotees were very ecstatic distributing books because everyone was taking books. You just have to show book like this on the street and huge crowd will surround you. Is this book about God? Yes. And everyone was taking as much books as you brought, you was distributing them. So in 1990 we were putting tables. People were standing in a line for half an hour to get books. And we were distributing 200, 300, 500 books in a day from one table. We had like 22 tables around the city. So huge book distribution was there. 1991, on December marathon, Moscow became number one in the world, 91. And 92, it became number one for the whole year. We distributed in Russia 2 million books in 1992. Yeah. Because people were so hungry for spiritual knowledge, everyone was taking the books. Now it's not like that anymore. You have to put a lot of effort to convince somebody to take one book. But still devotees are doing nice. We have 700 book distributors around Russia. 700 devotees are regularly going out, but on marathon everyone joins, at least for some time. Hare Krishna. If anyone has any questions.
Thank you, Maharaj, for a wonderful class. I had just an enquiry about that last part that you said, that previously people were standing in queue and taking 200 to 500 books per stall, and now we have to push. So, can you explain, Maharaj, what is the difference in the situation now and what was it before in 1990?
1990, they had very strong spiritual hunger. For 70 years, they were not allowed to read spiritual books. It was Soviet Union. It was completely forbidden to read spiritual books, to visit temples. KGB people were standing at the entry of the church and they watching who is going inside. Oh, he has gone inside. Oh. And he can be expired from the job and lose many things if he was going to church. So it was very dangerous to even have spiritual books. But then devotees started to preach. In 1971, Srila Prabhupada came to Moscow. He brought first book, Bhagavad Gita, and he gave it to Anand Shanti Prabhu, his first disciple. Then Mataji Mandakini came. Srila Prabhupada sent her from London because he was thinking how to continue preaching, and he thought maybe Anand Shanti has to become married, and this lady, she will teach him how to perform devotional service. So he sent Mataji Mandakini. She was second preacher, and she brought the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam to Moscow in very special way, because it was not possible to cross the border with the books. So she was praying very much, Krishna, arrange something that I will be able to bring these books. And it happened so that in the next compartment in the train was one man from Indian embassy. So she approached him and she said, could you please take this book in your luggage, because the ambassador's luggage was not checked. And he agreed. He agreed. He took Srimad Bhagavatam in his luggage. In this way, Srimad Bhagavatam crossed the border of Soviet Union, and also Anand Shanti got this first Srimad Bhagavatam. But it was very difficult to come to Moscow at that time, so for few times she was visiting Moscow, but then Srila Prabhupada allowed her, you don't have to go anymore, because it was very difficult for her to go. So for a few years nobody was coming. Haridas Prabhu came he was in Juhu, yes, he left the body recently. Haridas Prabhu came and he went on the Red Square and he started to chant. I was hearing recently Srila Prabhupada class, he was mentioned this. Our Haridas went to Red Square and he was chanting there and they arrested him. He was arrested and they started investigation. What you was chanting there? He said, I was chanting a cinema song. So Srila Prabhupada in this class said, Haridas Prabhu was so smart, he said them, I am singing cinema song, and they released him. Srila Prabhupada was very happy that he did this. So he visited Moscow for one day. He was put in the jail, and he was released, and he went forward to next destination. Then in 1976, Gopal Krishna Maharaj was BBT trustee here in Mumbai, and he received a letter from Moscow, letter of inquiry from agency that was importing books from India. It was called Международная книга. He received a letter of inquiry, please send us full catalog of books of I.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And he was thinking what to do, so he went to Mayapur to meet Srila Prabhupada before Mayapur festival. He brought this letter, he shown it to Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada said, don't send them catalog, go immediately to Moscow with full set of books. So he went to General Council here in Mumbai with his letter, and he said, I am invited to Moscow, please give me the visa, business visa. So they gave him business visa, and he made with full set of Srila Prabhupada's books. And he distributed first set to main library of Moscow, Lenin's library. It's the biggest library in the world. He gave them first set, and also he went to St. Petersburg and he distributed second set to main library of St. Petersburg. And first devotees, they were reading books in this library because otherwise it was not available anywhere else. They were going to this library to read the books. And 77, Bhaktivedanta Book Trust was invited for first international book fair in Moscow. And Gopalakrishna Maharaj and Prithu Putra Swami, they went to Moscow with big amount of books. They had big display of Srila Prabhupada's books, and hundreds of people were coming and they were asking many questions. So those who were very inquisitive, they were invited them into the hotel and they had some association with them and giving out sweet balls. So beginning was quite difficult, but then devotees were arrested, they were put into the jails, and devotees all around the world, they started protest harinams near Russian embassies all over the world. They started this protest. And after some time, Margaret Thatcher from England, she met Gorbachev and she told him, "Why are you persecuting these Hare Krishna devotees?" Then Gorbachev also met Reagan, President of America, and he also said, "Why are you persecuting Hare Krishna devotees?" So after some time, when he came back to Moscow, he called the religious department and he said, "Immediately register Hare Krishna movement." It was 1988. And Hare Krishna was registered in Moscow, and it was allowed to have books. So immediately Harikesh Maharaj printed 200,000 books. And it was first marathon, 1989. Books were going out and devotees were so ecstatic. Before that, they were printing underground. They, in a legal way, they got a printing press. It was very dangerous to have a printing press. You will go to jail for 20 years if you have private printing press. It was completely illegal. But one devotee, he managed to get one, and they were printing books underground and distributing them like in a hidden way. It was very difficult, but after 1998 it became very ecstatic to distribute books. Everyone was hungry for spiritual knowledge and no books were available. Nobody was printing spiritual books, only Hare Krishna. There were no Bible, no Quran, only Bhagavad Gita. So everyone was buying Bhagavad Gita because everybody wanted to read something about God. It was very ecstatic to distribute books at that time. But now also, some devotees, they are very inspired. They are going out on the street and distributing 100 books per day. Those who are enthusiastic, they are continuing to inspire others. They are so ecstatic that just by looking at them, people are amazed and they are asking, "What kind of book do you have?" And they are buying books just by seeing this very ecstatic devotees. So it's very important to be enthusiastic. It touches the people. One young devotee, he's like 17 years old, He was born in the devotee family. Now he is 17, and he is part of Brahmacharya ashram, and he is very ecstatic book distributor. He can distribute like 12 hours, 24 hours. On the main day for book distribution, 31st of December, everyone is celebrating upcoming year. At least in Moscow, it's huge crowds of people everywhere, and they're buying gifts to give them to their relatives. And devotees, they are distributing 24 hours on 31st of December, especially young devotees. They are very enthusiastic. And he was distributing almost 20 hours. And when he came back to the ashram, 7 o'clock in the morning, he said, I would distribute more, but no people were there. He was so ecstatic, he did not want to stop, but there were no people on the street. He was distributing all night. Now it's time to stop. Grandaraj, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Radha Gopinath ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So let us thank Maharaj for coming here all the way from ISKCON Juhu. Maharaj will be going for another yatra soon with devotees from Moscow. So it's a great fortune that we had associated with Maharaj and beautiful, wonderful realizations of his preaching and his practicing Krishna consciousness in Moscow. So we hope and pray that Maharaj comes again once more here, often, more than once, regularly. So let us thank Maharaj for coming here once again, but 3 times loudly chanting Hari Bol.